Thank you for playing Space Crusade.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
Thank you for playing Space Crusade. Thank you for playing Space Crusade.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Unfortunately, there's no thank you for you because you abandoned your fellow men. The end.
Welcome to Fall of Planet Campaign Battle Report for Mission 6. We're going to start off by giving everyone's overall kind of thoughts on the mission. Hopefully we'll sum it up in about 3 words. I suppose my 3 words would be hate, chaos, Marines. That's about
Well, that's it already.
Yeah.
I guess mine would be I was targeted.
I'd say too many aliens.
Fucking gene stealers. Man.
Fucking Carl.
That's like 2 words.
Carl made me roast heroes.
That's too many
That's
words.
many words.
I hate battle reports.
There you go. Perfect. On the money.
Okay, Carl, your thoughts?
I did enjoy myself today. More so than the last day.
Did you wear target so much?
I was not targeted. There was no target on my back.
No.
So,
But you should have swapped.
yeah. So, I think I was quite happy about that.
In fairness, I did target Cully a lot.
You targeted a lot of people.
In
But
fairness,
what, you did not target me.
that's not targeting then. It's just playing the game because you literally kill everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I'm evil, I attack everybody.
But if you like throw all your cards at one person or you play against a certain force when it's not, advantageous to you, then that's targeting.
But you have to kill everybody. That's the
Yeah,
game.
no, look, but I enjoyed the mission. I really did, and I actually think I really played a lot better than I normally do because I changed up the way I play with the commander. I got rid of the combi weapon, and I decided to use the sword and glove, and it worked out much better for the Imperialist commander than. At least he wasn't being attacked by everything that could go hand to hand in sight. At least they were kind of staying a bit away from him. In the end, he died hand to hand, of course, but. We'll forget about that. That never happened. So I think I played really well that way. The mission structure, it was quite good. I did like the way you used the control panels and the way you had to get the code, and the code ended up being hero. That was kind of a cool, and it was interesting trying to figure out the password. So that dynamic was really good. It worked really well. We were all trying to figure out what it was, and even Gareth, that was out of the game at the time. We even managed to bring him back in and try and figure out. And he was the one that actually figured out the word, and he wasn't even playing. So that was really good. And what I didn't like was, and I thought at first the 3 armor value and the 3 dice was too much. But then I thought, oh well, maybe if we get rid of the 3 armor value and we have just the 3 dice, it'd be all right. But then once they started rolling those 3 dice, we all started dropping like flies. And then I started to rethink that.
In fairness, Cully and Monk guys are already dead.
Yeah, they were. No, they weren't. The commanders weren't gone. Like
No. Honestly, what happened was those Chaos Marines, the veteran Chaos Marines, ended up taking good chunks out of everybody.
Yeah.
I think there was too much
They took chunks
in the
out.
campaign though. There was too many alien marines along with the event decks, along with the extra Chaos Marine squad that was there.
That's what I was about to say. I think adding another alien event deck is very powerful to begin with, and you add that because the Elder is there. But the fact that then Jed puts in the extra reinforcement tokens and that, and then powers up the Marines, I think the odds are just a little bit. And yeah, no, if the luck kind of been worse, we would have done well, but I think barely. We would have
The
scraped
only
barely.
thing I'd say is we need points. There's a lot of us playing. You need those extra.
How many points did you get?
But
You
those
got
points
96.
come at a cost.
I got 94.
I got almost. Okay, including my losses. Including my losses, I got 78. So I was well into the hundreds. He got
64, so it would have been 89.
Carl.
59.
Yeah, but without that was without losses. So with you were over 100.
So
as well.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, but for somebody winning the mission, you're gonna have to be over 100. So if those tokens aren't there for the aren't up for grabs, nobody's going to win it except Jed because he's got the most available points on the board.
But if
We
he
need
doesn't have,
available points.
if he doesn't have that huge massive army, then we have a better chance.
I think that's what I was going back when I said too many aliens, was the fact that he had his entire force from the very start.
Yeah.
So we were swarmed.
Should look what happened, right? Cully got completely wiped out by one dreadnought. Grant. I came in, took care of that dreadnought. Grant. And all of a sudden, there's another dreadnought straight away, which was launched against me, which I didn't make an awful lot of sense when Carl's army was complete and your army was still had a few
You have
rings.
your,
Yeah.
you know, yeah.
But okay, then there's a second dreadnought. When earlier
It
there's
was actually
already
launched
a wave
against
of
Cully.
what you call them, Gene Hackman's are already there.
Wait,
That's why I was just hang on. I was just about to mention at the start of the mission, we all had to roll for highest roll wins and place 2 Gene Stealers anywhere on the board. Right? We did that. I decided to take. Cully won the first roll. I said place it beside me. I won the second roll. I placed another 2 beside me. Garrett won the third roll. I placed 1 beside him and 1 beside Cully. Right. Now that on its own was cool because we got tokens for those Gene Stealers. That was grand. And just kind of going back to the whole too many aliens, I think having that and the extra Marines, it was basically a double Marine squad
Yeah.
with only 1 commander in the room.
Just
on
to-
top of
Just to explain, it is the last point on the ship where you have the commander. It's the last stronghold.
yeah, but on top. So right, basically what we're saying is there's 2 Chaos Commanders, 3, 6, 9 Chaos Bolters, and 3 heavy weapons. That's an awful lot. As well as 6 Gene Stealers, 1 Gene Stealer card, 2 Gene Stealer card, the 3 Gene Stealer card. So that's 11 Gene Stealers.
Yeah.
Right? Half of which have no points attached to them.
Well, do you think it'd be fair if we brought points in for them then?
No.
Yeah.
I think my only thing is that on reflection, when I was playing the mission, I didn't really think about it too much because I was really involved in it. I thought it was a cool idea. If the Chaos Marines had have been normal,
I was about to say that don't forget that that extra Chaos Marine squad, those points, the extra points that you said we might need it to win, they do come at a price. Those Marines are stronger.
they are stronger and they're worth the same.
But I just want to wrap up my whole overall thing. The Gene Stealer thing at the start was really good as well. I like the way we were able to place and you could potentially screw people over. And the way it kind of enabled us to have a different team up. I had myself a Monk and Garrett and Cully. It was much different and better. We had a different kind of team thing going on. But then when the Gene Stealers were placed, some of us had to put a lot more in to take them out than others, you know, because they didn't have good rolls in the first turn and so on and so on. So that as well kind of moved people's positions around and then made them vulnerable for the next wave of people that were coming, be it reinforcements or the scan of the board, and it did leave kind of a lot of vulnerability in certain squads. Like I think after we placed them, you move into attack, you might fail, then you got to take the attack from the Gene Stealers and maybe the reinforcements. But overall, I did really enjoy the campaign today. I wasn't targeted and had a lot of fun. Died. I went out in glory, attacked a Chaos Marine, one of the powered Chaos Marines, rolled 0s, he rolled a 4, killed me. But at least I can go into the next mission now, finally, with some honor badges. Finally, and I won't be any higher rank. You know, that wraps up my.
I thought you'd actually be a higher rank by the end of this mission.
So did I. It's that so good. And when I went up to that Chaos Commander.
So did I. Carl was actually killing
Chaos
everything.
Commander was there. I moved up to where I attacked him, and I was like, yeah, he's going down. I rolled it down. Don't forget, Carl. Monk says to me, he's got 2 body points. I was like, oh shit. As I rolled the dice, and I got 1. Jed got 0s. I was like, and then he got the Alien Elite.
Well, you
And
only
he
have
could-
1 body point left.
Who?
Yes, Commander.
He
Yeah,
did,
which
yeah.
is
But
why-
then Jed got Alien
Which is
Elite.
why Cully was able to go.
Alien was a good. Alien, I missed that. I was at the room. He got Alien Elite. And he attacked me twice. It didn't do anything. But then he moved away twice. So yeah, I did enjoy it tonight. I did. So that's me. Who's next? Mr. Christian.
Grant, I did feel that throughout the campaign I was targeted quite a lot because we took out the first dreadnought, you remember that?
But
Yeah.
You're overall.
Overall, the campaign was good. Like I say, too many aliens, as we talked about. The Gene Stealers at the start, had that been the overall thing, grand, but then we were thrown in with the extra Space Marines with 3 dice. The 3 dice was just too much. Like, that took a toll on my commander, your commander, your commander. I mean,
But they were stuck in a room, only for cards. You wouldn't have you could have held them at a door.
but we couldn't.
Except we couldn't because they teleported out.
Yeah,
So
but
we couldn't hold them.
even still, right, even without the teleporting out or whatever, I still think the 3 dice just pushes them above their point value.
Because 3 dice
Yeah.
is held for the Exarch.
Like,
So
those
would you
points
rather
that
have,
can-
say they put them at 10, 15 points?
No, I'd have rather they were
No.
normal Chaos Marines.
Yeah.
Even if there was absolutely no way they could leave the room, that would make them a bit more acceptable because they could just appear at random and start chunking people.
Yeah.
That
If
was
they
a
were
bit of
part
a
of like
surprise.
a little tiny room
Look,
where
to
they
be
were
honest,
stuck in and we could kind of swarm in the coordinated
to be
efforts.
honest, that was the idea.
Yeah.
Jed pulled 2 cards back to back at the perfect time. They had just been revealed.
Maybe if those cards couldn't affect them in the room.
Yeah.
But I think that gimps Jed too much. I think that's unfair.
Well, it's not really with the amount of effects he has and with the cards he had
But it's
at
a look
his
at a draw.
disposal.
Like if Jed pulls those cards earlier,
But those cards are supposed to affect the, the, what do you call it, the, not monsters, the aliens that have already been created for the games. Those ones were not created with the game in mind.
yeah, but we've heavily altered it anyway.
Yeah, but like I say,
The way I think about it is
that
if
outweighs
you
us.
don't allow those cards to be,
Like I say, that's like setting it open on a key,
but it's like the Warp Song thing again, right? It was the card pulled at the exact moment, and I'll go back to this again in a minute when I'm back to mine.
But
It
that
was the
could happen
card
in a normal
pulled.
campaign. That could happen in a campaign.
Warp Storm.
Yeah, and you could have a huge amount of forces at one side of the board with a warp storm. That
I
could
think
happen.
that's the negative part of the Elder. I think the Warp Storm is part of the thing that makes them like the Marines. And there are a few
Worked out
others
very
that-
well for cutting
Yeah.
this mission.
This
Yeah,
one,
yeah,
it did, actually, yeah.
Sometimes it can't, and we
But
saw
that's
how that can
the
happen.
look of the draw. It depends on when that card is put.
Yeah.
Like if that card is put, like right, Jed got to move his Chaos Marines around because he pulled the cards literally at the right time.
Yeah.
Jed pulls that card 5 turns beforehand. He's gonna move like orcs around or something because those blips aren't revealed. He can't touch them. He's gonna move other stuff around. On the flip side, if those cards are pulled 3 or 4 turns later, we've already dealt with the mess. Like it's literally a niche spot. It was pure luck. It wasn't as if, oh my god, it was always stacked against us because this was always going to happen. Literally, there was like a 4 to 5 turn period where those cards being pulled means Jed's going to get maximum benefit out of it.
But you want a bit of leeway that if luck doesn't go your way, that there's still a way to pull back from it.
But there
Exactly,
is. This is right. Going back to my turn. Literally at the end, I could have won that campaign by killing one single more unit and getting off. What happened? Jed pulls the Gene Stealers card, puts 3 Gene Stealers around me.
2.
2?
And a Chaos Marine.
Two Gene Stealers around me, and moves a Chaos Marine up, boxes me in. I was 6 moves from getting out with my commander. But that's luck. That's so what? That shit happens. So what? Like I lost because Jed said fuck it and went hand to hand with me, expecting to lose. And this is my kind of issue is because he rolled 3 white, it gives him pretty much a good advantage against the commander because Jed can roll that flippantly and go fuck it, it's only 5 points, and he's rolling 3 white dice. Whereas I'm rolling 2 red and 2 white with the commander. But at that time, I only had 3 body points left. Jed rolls a 4, I roll a 0, I re-roll, get another 0, game over. Like, that's what happens.
Garrett, your pluses, do you have any pluses from it to take away? And then maybe we can talk about
Yeah, the whole password thing was.
You like that, yeah?
Yeah, I like that. I actually did really like that aspect of it.
When we get into the whole what happened
Well,
at the end.
people obviously have other pluses. We should probably go take the.
No, everything on one person and then we'll move to each other. So.
Okay, like I said, the whole password thing was was a fantastic idea. Like I say, I really thought it was going to be ROTK when I heard the first 2 letters.
Yeah.
Just because we've been heavily involved in that in the last couple of weeks as well. But
Being the hero.
well, Gary would disagree with you. But yes, the hero thing was quite interesting. I did think the machines were going to feed us some false information or something like that. But that was grand. I did think the target was off your back, and I think it was replaced to mine. I think I was wearing that T-shirt.
Let me help you a bit with that. I think there was a card that was played that was a bit. I had a bit of kind of an odd feeling about it. There was a Genius in the card pulled, and the obvious play for it was against me. That's how I saw it. I had the most Marines on the board. I had the most weakness, but the Genius was played against guard. I really hope that wasn't the case, because you might have thought, oh well, let's go easy on Carl on this one.
Oh no, I make comments.
Jed will want to respond to this, I know, but
Yeah, well, you have to remember, I had a lot of guys stacked to come in against Carl, right? And they were just in distance. Garrett was back, away from my guys.
But it was only one guy. That was the whole point. It was like one guy.
Yeah, but he was back. I couldn't get anywhere near him. I had guys ready to go at your guys. I had how many zeros against Carl guys at that stage?
Yeah,
like,
and that was the only thing. I was kind of a bit dubious about the reason why.
No, I just thought it was because it was like, Grant, you pulled the dreadnought, the second dreadnought.
That was against him, in fairness.
No, the first dreadnought wiped out him. I understand that. That was Grant. That was just normal.
Both dreadnoughts were against him. You were the one who chose to come up.
Yeah, I came up to try and wipe the people, and then you had Grant. I can swap 2 dreadnoughts over. You're like, I could just place it against Garrett on his own, or I could play against Monk and Carl's entire squad. And you had that go to use it against multiple units, where you would have reaped maximum benefit, which you didn't.
I was clearing off one side of the board. Why would I?
Because you would have cleared Carl's side of the board.
Can I just want to jump in here, and I'm just playing devil's advocate here. The Gene Stealer, right, first of all, there was a Gene Stealer on our side of the board when that one was placed. So there was already one over our side of the board when that one was placed, first of all. The Dreadnought, again, was played against Cully. And I realised I realised he got it was also played against Cully. It was played on his doorstep.
The very first one was,
Yeah, but even the swap was to block him coming out, and you just happened to be in that room.
I thought the very first dread on the board was against Cully.
It was, yeah. That's the one I wiped out.
But the reinforcement was also played against Cully.
Was it? I thought.
It was played on Garrett's board, but it was because Cully had moved down.
No, it was played on Cully's board. If you look over it, yeah, because it was at the very top of Cully's board.
That was the first.
That wasn't the reinforcement one. That was the first one. That was the first one. I'm telling you right now.
It was.
Yeah, trust me, guys. That was the first one, and then the second one was the reinforcement. Because it's a how long video. The first one, he actually just revealed the blip, and it was around the corner from Cully. The second one, I was playing the reinforcements on when he started building it. I was like, "What are you doing?"
And you moved up and you killed. The first dreadnought you killed, Garrett, was the reinforcement one.
Alright.
Yeah, because Cully actually ran away from.
But like I say, I didn't understand why you didn't put it against the extra Marines on that side when you knew you could only take.
But I had a lot of orcs and stuff ready to come in at Carl. I expect Imperial Fist to drop to orcs and Grectons. No offense to Imperial Fist.
But you saw how bad you were doing at that stage, so I would have thought you would have went, right, Grant, let's switch it up.
But it only takes a roll or two and it changes.
You only had, what did I have left
but
at that stage?
The only thing you have to remember,
Commander.
But you had the Exarch beside it, right? The Exarch, I struggled to kill the Exarch, right? So once I had the Exarch blocked with that room, meaning that I could fire the Dreadnought at the Exarch, I have to play against the Exarch to try and defeat him.
But you hadn't gone for him at all in that entire turn. It was just you actually had left him alone for multiple turns until you had finished.
Did I leave you alone for multiple turns?
Well, once you wiped out the squad, you kind of lay off him a bit.
Yeah, you didn't really go for much because you can't, really.
Yeah.
The X. We're going for the XR for orcs and Gretchens is pointless.
Well, yeah, I think it's the only way to get the exact.
Orcs
To wear
and
it down now.
Okay, well, you figured out what your grievances on that, and then we should probably move on now to Cully, and then we can wrap up at the end if we need to.
I enjoyed it. It was good crack. I think what I said earlier about too many aliens was that we were just swarmed at the beginning, and it basically overwhelmed us. It took a lot of units early on, which kind of meant we could do very little throughout the course of the game.
Mm.
But it also made your turn very long, which kind of fucked with the pace of the game. There was a lot of basically just waiting on yourself.
That's a good point. There was an awful lot, but I think in any mission it's going to be like that because early on Chaos does have a lot
Well,
on the
normally
board.
it's only there's 2 boards that's accessed. It's actually the polar opposite of our corridor mission complaint, which is kind of hilarious.
This is the what we call this one, the room. How many
the
rooms?
fucking-
The room ago.
The Zerg rush. But yeah, there was just so much going on.
You're never fucking happy, are you?
No, only
No,
guns.
the turns were long for chaos, yeah. But there was so much fun to do.
There was
Those
an awful lot.
reinforcements,
But
you had so many reinforcements to play.
I think that's the way it goes. But like Jed could have chose not to use the reinforcements
Yeah.
until later
Eventually
on.
he got sick
But
of it.
he
He was
did.
like one turn he was like, I'm not reinforcements.
Well, he did get them out really quick,
Yeah, the very forced.
which meant
Right,
he had a
right.
lot
I'll give you my opinion on that little bit. Was that if I thought it would get more stuff on the board, it gets the pace of the game going a lot
Oh
quicker.
yeah, it got the tension up, definitely.
Yeah.
Kind of,
I think towards the end it was really fast paced. Like what once.
So I
units
only had
started dropping-
I had very few units left at the end, like even like.
Well, I think that's the nature of Space Trade anyway, is that the Chaos's early turns are going to be heavy on
Movement,
on,
yeah.
on movement and time on their side. Like. But yeah, no,
But
I
it was
agree.
kind of, it was
I agree. There was an awful lot because we had the Gene Stealers.
yeah, so
as
it was
well.
like 4 full boards, the extra Gene Stealers, and the
And
reinforcements that came very quick.
and then worry about what was to come after as well, which is not not something that we know.
In fairness, I actually put too much on Monk's board. Just I didn't mean to.
so your plus was good.
Plus, it was a lot of fun. I was salty as fuck at the start, but
Yeah, actually, talk a bit about that.
But that could have happened any time though.
Let's talk a bit about your play, like when the dreadnought appeared.
I came out was add to the Gene Stealers then. Said everything else and cut damage and whatever. Webus goes to the Gene Stealer. End my turn. Dreadnought came around the corner, wiped out the entire squad.
Right. In fairness, that you could have checked where that blip was, and you chose not to.
Was it range?
What, like going around
Yeah.
the corner?
I don't think he was.
It was of your commander.
That wouldn't be a good idea.
Maybe.
Unless Garrett had to use the bioscan.
But it's not like I could have
But
run away
I'd
from
used
him.
it
I could have
already on
run
my
off the board and,
So I couldn't have checked.
and ended up in the exact same position. So
in fairness, what Jed's saying is kind of right. Like I seen it at the start, and I didn't say it either because you took all your units out and took pot shots at the Gene Stealer, and then at the end of your turn you wet a skull it instead of going and scouting
yeah,
and then just wet a skull in the Gene Stealer and not bothering about it that turn. Like I think that's what Jed's getting at. You could have went out and scouted, and then known what was around, and played accordingly. I think either way, you still would have been fucked. Your spacing
Yeah.
might have been slightly better.
probably I would have saved one unit maybe.
Yeah.
Because that was the only bit that had bad spacing,
Yeah.
was one unit position. But it still worked out that I had like 3 nasty units on one side and Garrett's units on my left hand side, like the guys on your board. So I was kind of pincered no matter what I did.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a bit.
Yeah, LR overpowered, so I was trying to counteract them.
True, I mean, I was the only survivor, so they
Yeah.
must be.
Anything else to wrap up your round?
Yeah, no, it was a good mission overall. I did enjoy it, despite the start.
Yeah, Cully had as an auspicious start as I did, to be fair. The only reason I survived the first turn of Chaos was because I used blind grenades. Second turn of Chaos, yeah, I was wiped out as well. That's the fucking roll.
I put on way too many blips to your board. I didn't realise when I went to the other boards I didn't have no blips.
Yeah, no, like, I don't think you did put a huge amount. You did, but what happened was because I used blind grenades, you ended up moving a lot of your.
I retreated,
units
yeah.
up to Carl's board, which was fine by me.
Because Carl kills them all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you threw a few against me on round 2 as well, and that took out my squad. But my commander ended up clearing up house.
Did
taking good
quite
few
well,
points.
like.
Yeah.
Could have won
That's
it.
how it goes. Like I took 14 Steelers at the start.
Yeah.
Managed to down 2 of them at the beginning.
I think 4 was a bit much to take on.
Yeah, I thought at the start I could use 2 order cards. And I know if I had been able to use the 2 order cards, I'd have got all 4 of them down. It was just that when we looked up the rules, there was only 1 order card being able to be used at the start of the turn. So that kind of fucked up that. And I had already taken them at that stage. But I still was quite confident that I could take them. I knew with blind grenades, nothing too bad would happen on the next turn. I'd get another shot at it. And it was actually on my second turn, I lost all 3 of my bolters to an orc, another orc, fucking, and going hand to hand with Blood Angels bolters, diagonally rolling 3 white dice against 1 fucking white dice and losing 3 bolters. Right, fair enough. 2 of them were to orcs. 1 of them was to a Gene Stealer, which was 1 red dice, but even still, I was rolling with a big advantage against all of them, and I fucking lost 3 of them. So at that point,
Do you know bolt pistols?
I did, yeah. That's why I was allowed to use 3 white dice, and then close assault blades allows me to attack diagonally.
Oh, sorry, so I thought that added just an extra dice.
He's always rolling 1 less. Like if he attacks Gretchen's, I can't even do
You
anything.
can't roll it. And on my first turn, I'd used photon grenades, which meant you couldn't roll anything.
For Gene Stealers, yeah.
For Gene Stealers.
And you
which was
rolled
fucking
zeros.
great, and I was rolling fuck all. Yeah, well, I killed 2.
Yeah.
One with my commander, 1 with a bolter. My other lads did fuck all. My assault cannon did fuck all. I ended up retreating my assault cannon off the board, I think on turn 3. And just continuing on with my commander. So, yeah, look, it was grand. And then kind of just tipping away. Got to the point where we got to the final, like it was cool, like getting to the consoles and unlocking the letters and that to figure out what was going on. I had a couple of failed attempts at the door as well before we'd unlocked the last letter.
Roll
Over.
yeah.
And rolls. Random stuff. What else did I try? RTK?
No,
I didn't try
Over and rolls. I don't think you tried. Even if you tried over, I think you just tried rolls.
No, he tried both.
You just thought about
I
it.
thought I tried ROTK as well before Cully. I did try ROTK before Cully, because Cully was accessing it and hadn't got the code yet. I tried ROTK, and then he accessed it, and then we tried
No, because you tried rolls first, so we had or O and E.
Did we?
Yeah.
Oh, well, okay. Anyway, it was fun. And
Unfortunately, we have the very first Thanks for Playing Place to Save Monk on video.
yeah, so there you go. I've been Captain Primus for three missions now. 4 missions actually.
Yeah.
And that's it. So it's all over. I'm back to being a sergeant. Lowly
Is that
sergeant.
the first time you ever died in Space of Six?
No, I fucking died 3 times.
This
Sorry,
campaign, that was your
sorry,
first.
a few times.
This is your first time down on this campaign.
And this campaign's my first time, my first death.
Me too. Actually, it's the first time I died.
Sixth, I believe.
We're going to end put Carl's death montage in now.
But yeah, anyway, just to kind of sum up, good points were love the turrets, like not the turrets, the consoles to get the code to open the door. I enjoyed the mission. It was good fun. Like my major thing, the jeans. Like I knew it was coming. I said it to Carl like 2 turns before. I was like, Jed's running low on cards. Gene Stealers is going to be fucking pulled at some stage. It's gonna fuck things up. And
That's every mission though.
there it was. I was 6 spaces from my docking claw, and Jed rips out Gene Stealers, blocks off my path. I managed to down 1 of them, bringing my grand total of 6 Gene Stealers killed in 1 mission.
Gene Stealer killer. Garrison and the Dreadnought killer.
So I managed to get 1. Another one took a body point off me, and I'd lost a couple of body points previously to one of the Chaos Bolters, I believe. And yeah, then Jed decided, fuck it, I'll bring Chaos Bolter down and go hand to hand. Rolls a 4. Monk rolls a 0. Game over. Bye bye, Commander.
In fairness, that could have happened with 2 dice anyway.
It could have happened with 2 dice. You roll 2, 2, and 0. The chances of it happening with 2 dice as opposed to 3 dice, are a lot less.
I think it's time for the thoughts of the man himself, the designer of the Fall of the Planet campaign.
I've no thoughts on this one.
I give you Master Jared McGarry.
Draw a bunch of whiny fucks.
I had a feeling you might want to say something like that.
It's alright, I targeted everybody.
Yeah.
I actually spent most of my time targeting, in fairness, Garrett. I didn't target you, I targeted him. That fucker hid behind you. Coward, that is Eldar, right? You coward.
I
You
did.
use
My
him.
instinct was to
You,
run to
no,
you.
don't talk. Sorry, this is my time to talk. Shut up. Alright, you use him as a human body shield. He was playing really well. He killed the dreadnoughts to protect you. He killed everything. And all you had to do was take out the fucking Gretchens. You know what you did? Nothing. You fucking let them live every single time. And the minute he dies, what do you do? You kill all the Gretchens. So that just proves a point. That Cully didn't want to help Banner and used him as a human body shield.
This is why you should.
Chaos being chaos.
It sounds like Chaos is trying to point the finger at someone else.
This is why you should leave House McGatty. I told you before, they have no respect for you.
I think that's a different game.
I told you, look, this is how they treat you.
In fairness, I actually thought Carl was about to run away with the end. I actually thought Carl was going to do the thing that he couldn't do and finish the mission.
and actually survive, is that what you
Survive. I never thought Carl would die at that stage. I don't know if anyone else is in agreement.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah,
he
I
was
thought
so safe.
I thought you had the campaign at that stage too.
I honestly thought like Garrett. I didn't think I'd take out regressions. I honestly didn't. I actually thought Garrett was going to leave the board.
I should have left the campaign earlier when I said I was going to.
Yes.
Yeah, I did say I was going to leave the campaign.
And I convinced you not to. You can blame me if you want.
Garrett did go and go, look, we did go. Garrett, I have to admit it, Carl nominated as the hero title. Garrett stayed to help Cully, right? And where it would have been a mistake, but he was the hero. I think Carl has to hand over his hero card
What?
to Garrett.
My
because
cape?
Garrett
No.
stayed to help Cully.
You
If
did.
it wasn't for Garrett, Cully, I'm telling you now, you would have had a lot more coming against you.
Probably would have, yeah.
Yeah. And literally, the reason Garrett ended up Commander dying was because the sacrifices he done to help you. Because you didn't escape.
But you,
You didn't escape, right? You could have. He was so close to you. All you have to do is go out that door and have a look.
you enjoyed yourself, Chad, though, yeah?
Oh, no,
Yeah, it was good. There's a few things I'd work on differently. Like, it's just you have to try these things. Like, to see where the power and that will come with the game. So, points wise, I still think you need the points.
I'm in total agreement.
Points.
I think the amount of aliens on the board is needed.
Now, just to go back to the reasons were all in Cully's point, which one I want to take on board was because it was spread out, all 4 boards came to life at once. So all instead of having time for only certain amounts to deal with, all of a sudden you had full 4 boards of blips, 4 boards of reinforcements.
See, my board wasn't that bad, but I only had 3 blips, so.
That happens in the normal.
No, I just had 3 blips to deal
Space
with.
to save anyway.
Yeah.
You start on
Because
4
the other-
separate boards in a lot of the missions
Do you?
in the campaign. The normal Space Crusade campaign, yeah, you do. You start on 4 separate boards in some of the
3.
missions.
Yeah, no, I think.
Well,
I'm
it's
wrong.
3 separate boards, but when the Eldar is added, they normally.
I think
go on 4
generally,
onions board.
the Blood Angels are stuck on their own, but Ultramarines and Imperial Fists are thrown on the same board.
I can recall
I would
several
have to
missions from
disagree
the
with that.
original Space Crusade where
I can go into Madwood if you want. We can check.
No, not right now. Sit and relax.
Gonna get it on camera
for later
later.
then,
Yeah.
for later. No, I like honestly, I just think we do normally. We would get to that point where you have a lot of stuff on the board anyway. It doesn't bother me.
Like what I was trying to add in was a fun element, right? That's why you have the codes and cracking the code and stuff. And I honestly thought you just got R&O, grand. Because I don't know how many times, I don't know if anyone noticed the many times I said hero tonight. I've said it from the start.
Yeah, you were sending messages on Hangouts about Hero for a while.
And I wrote a whole story about the hero. I literally thought, Jesus, I don't think it could be any clearer to give his hints.
Once we got the 3 layers, we were close.
Yeah, we really weren't.
Alright, Chad,
Carl's been we even made a poem about the hero. The mission was all about the hero.
yeah, you sent a few
Because
things.
Carl was a hero, but I have to admit, there was only one hero today
Was it?
because someone
I think there was
hid.
not-
Heads.
You're just trying to make up for your targeting.
There was lots of heroes today. I think there was lots of heroes today. Cully just wasn't one of them.
Alright.
Final thoughts, Carl?
Yeah, I mean, look what we got. We've 2 minutes left, so
Yeah, I like this mission a lot more than the last, and
That's because you didn't die straight away.
then I'm a little bit ahead. So I'm looking forward to the next one, maybe to try out this new tactic and see if it works.
2017.
That's me.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see where we go from here. And I mean, be interested to see what other developments you've made in the next game. And I'm sure when we play it in 2017, it'll be great.
Don't trust Cully. Cully? Yeah, I don't
Also,
think.
I'm looking forward to the next mission. More mechanics for us to bitch about, so I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, you still whiny fuckers.
I'm lobbying for the next mission to take place in 2016. Any support I can get from anybody would be helpful. Donations to xenopunk@gmail.com. Send me your PayPal account. I'll just get on top of that straight away. You know?
Get some more sponsors for the other places.
Yeah, like if we had proper sponsors, right, I'd be very willing to do more. Unfortunately, Carl O'Connor is paying very little in wages these days, so it's very hard for me to get the time to commit. to this
Join House
project.
Connor.
So yeah, that was the Fall of Planet campaign, Mission 6 Battle Report, and thank you very much and goodbye.